What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be playing a mono-red Cavalcade of Destruction deck because it's just so good. And honestly, I would not have thought of this combo had it not been for Makfar, one of our channel's very own longtime supporters. He submitted this deck to me before War of the Spark, before M20 ever even came out, Core Set 2020 ever came out. He said, I think this will be a really strong deck, and man was he right. This deck destroys. Most of the time I'm finding myself with some at the latest turn 5 victories. Now obviously if it goes on further past that, you may pick up a victory, but it's going to be a bit harder as you are playing a Cavalcade deck, you know, so you're not trying to go for the long game with this deck, right? You're trying to get in there, kill him quick, and move on to the next one. So this deck, like I said, it's very interesting, it's very fun, and it's how do I put this? It's on the border of like being a douchebag in mono red and playing a mono red jank deck, right? Because it feels kind of like you're playing mono red when you kill someone in 3 to 4 turns. However, it is also very janky because you're playing a Cavalcade of Calamity deck. So, alright, before we hop into the deck or deck breakdown, I would like to remind everybody to leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions for Max deck, future decks, or past decks. And furthermore, consider subscribing. It is free and it does help support the channel, and it gives you awesome updates every time I release a janky video like this. Furthermore, we've been partnered with TCGplayer.com, so anybody looking to help support the channel can go over there, use the promo code New Dr. Spilkin, and if you're into paper magic, if you're into picking up sets and all that kind of stuff, by all means go over there, use the promo code. It doesn't make any of your purchases cost any less, and it doesn't make them cost any more, but you know, it'll shove a little bit of the profits my way. So gonna go ahead and kick us off into this deck tech or deck breakdown. We have 2 copies of Fanatical Firebrand and 4 copies of Scorch Spitter. Obviously a lot of these 1-drops are just to proc Cavalcade. Now, one important thing to note is Torch Courier. It is a fantastic card and greatly underrated at first glance on this deck. Most people would be saying, why are you playing Torch Courier? It is to give Chandra Spitfire haste, because if you can give this creature haste and your opponent doesn't really realize what's going on before it happens, this creature can deal serious damage. So for every proc of Cavalcade that goes off, this creature is going to get +3/+0. Now, this creature itself is going to proc Cavalcade once, so that immediately makes it a 4/3. Say you have 2 other creatures down, that makes it a 7/3 and then a 10/3, right? Not including the 3 bits of damage you just got from Cavalcade, so that's 13 damage just with this creature plus Cavalcade and then your other 2 attacking, right? And say your other 2 don't get through, that's still 13 damage. Next turn you turn around, you play another 1-drop that has haste, you proc Cavalcade one more time, plus the once off Chandra Spitfire, and you literally win the game in 2 swing ends, right? So awesome deck, awesome deck. All these 1-drops, like I said, they're just for proccing Cavalcade. We do have shocks in the deck. We do have lightning strikes. We have light up the stage. We have Skewer the Critics, and yeah, I think that's all of our like shock spells. And then we have the Flame of Keld to help us draw some more cards as well as deal more damage. We have Chandra to create us 2 little 1/1 elementals that are awesome and excellent. Also allowing us to cast instant or sorcery speed from our graveyard in case we need to deal with that extra shock or lightning strike, or maybe we need to draw some extra cards with light up the stage. Either way, Chandra's a nice little touch to the deck. Chandra Spitfire we've already talked about, and it does have flying, which makes this even more ridiculous, right? Because blocking it is just ridiculously hard. We do have 4 copies of Light Up the Stage, like I said, to get us out some more card draw. And then Skewer the Critics we've already talked about as one of our shock spells. So that's going to do it for the deck tech or deck breakdown. And now we're going to hop right into some fiery matches. Jack 3594, going to be our first foe for the day. Let's see if he's ready to play. We will keep this. Okay, so what I think what we do here is go ahead and go Fanatical, because I don't know about you guys, but anytime I see a Fanatical, it makes me second guess playing something like a Llanowar, right? I'm like, do I really want to do this? Merfolk Branchwalker. Hopefully they hit a land. Embodiment of Agonies. This could be a spicy deck. Alright, So yeah, let's go ahead and get down these other two. Next turn we'll get down probably a Chandra Spitfire. We could have also just sacked out the Firebrand and went for the face, or just played the 10th Street Dodger, paid the 1 red mana. Well, no, then we wouldn't have had enough. Either way, we could have gotten to Light Up the Stage if we wanted. I'm fine with this though, so we'll end our turn there. Let's see, do they go ahead and play Embodiment? Probably not, right? Because they don't have any cards in their graveyard. What you really want to see is a Cavalcade early. Not seeing one is kind of hurting me, but we'll make it work. They may have a cast down here. If so, that's going to be extremely bad for us. Lightning Strike is fantastic. Question is, do we Lightning Strike their Branch Walker, swing all in, and they go Light Up the Stage? Or do we pay 1 to the 10th Street, hit them once, play the Light Up Stage, still have 1 mana left over, I guess, to play whatever we draw. You know, I kind of like the idea of just Lightning Striking the Branch Walker out and then going all into the face. That's 4 damage right there because of the Scorch Spitter. So next to damage, then we'll play this, see what we get here. A land and a Skewer. That's not bad. That puts us up to 4 land next turn, which is honestly like plenty for this deck. I don't think we have anything that costs more than 3, so you know, 4 mana just means we can at least cast 2 spells. Golgari Findbroker to get the Branch Walker back. A 3rd Chandra Spitfire. That's not really the position you want to be in, but you know, hey, what are you gonna do about it, right? So what do we do here? What do we do here? What do we do here? Do we just swing in with everything? No, because we only need the 1 proc from Skewer, right? Alright, well, Scorch Spitter, unfortunately, I think it's your time to die. So go ahead, defend with your Findbroker, and then I Skewer it, right? We all know how this plays out. We could also Skewer them in the face, and maybe that's the play to make, but we don't have Cavalcade yet, so if we did, I would more than likely just Skewer them in the face. But let's see, that's 1, that's 1. So we can put him up to 7/7. Ravenous Choop, that's terrible. Don't take out my Spitfire. Oh, they're doing it. So again, you normally don't want games to go on for too long because things will get a little bit dicey for you. None of the Light Up the Stage is fine. We'll do this, and honestly, I just kind of want to do this. But we gotta hit a Cavalcade. We gotta hit something soon, right? A land and a 10th Street. I'll tell you what, we can go ahead and play both of these down. And no attacks. We're getting there though, we're getting there. So if we draw into a Cavalcade, we're actually fine, right? We play the Cavalcade, we pay 2 for these, this thing becomes huge, deals in a lot of damage. If we don't draw into a Cavalcade, we're in a little bit more of a pickle. So let's see what they do here. Branch Walker. Glowspore Shaman. Alright. Cavalcade, Cavalcade. Lightning Strike. Alright, so we pay those. Swing in. Only gonna deal 2. We can deal 4 with this, which is 6. Alright, tell you what. This is what I want to do. Pay for that one. Pay for this one. Swing with everything, get in the damage we can on this turn, and then next turn we can Lightning Strike and have lethal, I believe, right? Because Lightning Strike brings them down to 7, and then just with our Chandra Spitfire we're dealing 8, so yeah, I think we may have finessed our way to a victory here. Even without the Cavalcade, which is honestly the surprising part of this deck, is the fact that it can still win even without the centerpiece, right? So let's see what they go for here. We don't need them to gain life or to play that flyer. If they play Embodiment, we're going to be in a bit of a pickle. Blood for Bones. Oh no, what are they getting back? Rotting Regisaur is fine. Not an Embodiment. Please not an Embodiment. Oh, that is wonderful. They actually lose the game just off of that because they were being so greedy, saw the 7/6, and didn't want to bring the flyer back. You know, things happen. Jack, you're about to learn a very important lesson. and that sometimes you have to bring the creature back that you don't wanna just so you don't lose the game. Alrighty, so this is what we're gonna do. Lightning strike in the face. I'm sure they probably felt pretty safe as well with that much health, but you know, this is how mono red does it. So we'll say good game, and Jack will scoop out before our Chandra Spitfire even get to swing in. So that's gonna be a game 1 going to us. A little bit longer than what you actually want to see a game, but awesome that we still managed to pick it up. So, oh, I guess that's level 11 Boreal Elemental, getting the stuff there. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move on to a game 2. JM Dory gonna be our next foe, or maybe it's Jim Dory. I don't know. Either way, we have a hand here. I'm gonna keep it. It seems very interesting and like it could be spicy, right? Granted, again, you usually want to see Cavalcade in your opening, so maybe mulligan until you hit it, maybe not, because that's a little dangerous. But yeah. Also, I can't remember if we have 3 or 4 copies of Cavalcade in this deck. Like I said, this deck was submitted to me by Makfar, so full credit to him. And I would give him a shout out on his YouTube or Twitch or whatever, but he doesn't do any of that, despite my attempts to convince him. Anyways, we're gonna go turn 1 Scorch Spitter. Hopefully turn 2 we go something like a light up the stage and see a Cavalcade that we can play on the next turn. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing. Ooh. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna swing in with the Scorch Spitter, go ahead and get the 2 damage. Get the light up the stage down. We don't want to play our lands just in case we hit a land here, right? We didn't, so that's fine. We go ahead and play the Scorch Spitter this turn. Next turn we go into the Chandra Spitfire, and then we're looking at a pretty spicy board, honestly, because these Scorch Spitters do proc the Chandra Spitfire thanks to their little passive ability. So, a Johnny's Pridemate, that thing's gonna need to be dealt with. Is it worth our Chandra Spitfire not coming down though? That is the question. The answer, now that's a different story. That's a rather difficult one as well. So if we swing in with the Scorch Spitters, we lose 1, we kill the Ajani for 1 mana, we can get down another Scorch Spitter and a Torch Courier. But I think we kind of have to go Chandra Spitfire, right? We just delay it a turn. I don't love it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love it. But the power that we get from this is too huge. We don't see a Cavalcade, so this is our other win con, Fountain of Renewal. Thank God that's a turn late on giving the Ajani the buff, and that's all they played. Oh, we got this. We got this so hard. Okay, so what do we do here? Do we play Scorch Spitter and Torch Courier? That'll give 3 procs to Chandra's Elemental, which is 9, brings it up to 10. Plus 3 procs up of Scorch Spitter makes 3 damage, that's 13, plus 2 gets through, that's 15. So he'll be left at 3 health, which is a Skewer next turn. Okay, so yeah, this is exactly what we do then. So we go Scorch Spitter, we go Torch Courier, sacrifice the Torch Courier, and give the Scorch Spitter haste. Then we swing all in. Our Chandra Spitfire is going to get huge. It's huge! Now we have to hope they don't have a seal away, right? That would be so embarrassing. I just did all this math, and they'll be like, huh, actually, seal away. Alright, so there goes 1 Scorch Spitter, and there goes the 12 to the face. They're down to 3, and again, oh no, you know what? That's game. I'm sorry, I miscalculated on my mana. All that math. So game 2 up against JM Dory going, what, at light speed? How long was that game? 3 turns? 4 turns? That's crazy. I think it was 4 actually, because we didn't hit a land on our 4th turn. So yeah, turn 4 victory. And that's again without Cavalcade proccing for the Chandra Spitfire. So hopefully in game 3 we can get a Cavalcade, and I can actually show you the point of this deck, not just Chandra Spitfire and how ridiculously strong that card is. Anyways, on to a game 3. Mac Sim. Alright, so we have Makfar's deck up against Mac Sim's deck. Hey, it's a Cavalcade. Now, this hand does not look that strong, so it makes sense that we draw our Cavalcade, and our opponent goes first. So this is going to be a bit of a a change of pace for the deck, right? Y'all been seeing me go first. I have these, like, they were very creature strong decks, or hands, I'm sorry, not decks. But we didn't have the Cavalcade. Now we have the Cavalcade, but we have literally 1 creature, maybe not even enough mana to cast it, so like, Whew, we could be in a bit of a bind here. Oh, and they have their own 1/1 haste creature. Okay. Oh no, another skewer is really not what we wanted to see there. We're gonna save that shock, because the value of shock goes far beyond just killing a little 1/1 or dealing 2 damage to the face with this deck, right? Because it can proc our Light Up the Stage or our Skewer the Critics. It can give a proc to Chandra's. Spitfire, I was gonna say Fire Spitter, but that's not correct. Fireblade Artist. That might be worth a shock, because we don't want to die before they die, right? So let's go a little bit on the smarter side. Let's take out their aggro. Tinstry is fantastic, I will say that. And actually, we're gonna go ahead and play Tinstry. Getting down Cavalcade is important, don't get me wrong, but getting down the Light Up the Stage and getting out more card draw, I believe, is more important right now. So 2 lands is actually kind of a bummer. I mean, it's nice that we drew a land, don't get me wrong, but 2 of them means that one of them's going to exile, and we just don't get the chance to play it. So that's unfortunate, but it does mean that we're up to 3. So Chandra Spitfire, well, that's a bit embarrassing, but Chandra Spitfire is now a reality. Raging Goblin, they're going so very ham on my face. Alright, so we play this. Do we go Scorch Spitter, Cavalcade, and then surprise them with Chandra Spitfire? I don't think so. I think I would much rather surprise them with a Cavalcade next turn and maybe a 1/1 creature with haste. We'll have to see though. If Skewer was an instant speed spell, oh man. Footlight Fiend. Oh, and now they're out of cards. Alright, we got them. We got them cornered. This is exactly what we wanted to happen. And Torch Courier. So we're definitely going this, right? Because that makes our Chandra Spitfire deal 4 this turn. Do we go Scorch Spitter and then Torch Courier next turn and deal 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 procs from Cavalcade. That's 4 damage plus 4 procs here. That's 12, making it 13. 13 plus 4 is what, 17? And then we only have to get through with 2 more damage, which is the Skewer. Okay. Alright. Also, we have this turn, right? We can just swing in with the Chandra Spitfire, deal some cool little damage. So yeah, we got him next turn. A little bit scary there with that starter hand, but we still managed to pull it out as long as Chandra Spitfire stays. And it does look like it's going to. Yeah, so no blocks here. We want to take that damage. Hit it. Give it to me. Alright, ooh, and we get another Cavalcade, so we're going to have a huge Chandra Spitfire here. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll attack. Y'all ready for this madness? How many procs is that? Too many to count. We're going to throw down the GG. 13, 16, 19, 22! Alrighty. And we got to showcase the Cavalcade with the Chandra Spitfire. So now you just hit no blocks, Mac, Sim, and you let this Spitfire do its job. They're looking at the card, they're like, holy shit, that's an awesome combo. Because you know, they're sitting here trying to play Rakdos aggro, and they're like, man, I got all these 1/1s, I'm gonna throw a Judith down, I'm gonna smash them in the face, it's gonna feel great. But in reality, it's like, oh no, I lose on the next turn because of this Cavalcade synergy that is literally so strong. And one of the things that I really enjoy about it is it's not rotating out of standard, right? That is in standard. That combo is in standard. Granted, it may need a few tweaks here and there. You know, Light Up the Stage, Cavalcade, all that stuff is standard. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below and tell Mac how awesome this fucking deck is, because it is. It's it's so good, so strong. Anyways, so yeah, tell him how strong it is, tell him how good it is, and as always, I'll see y'all either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.